All right, guys, welcome back. We are here to jump in with another week of how to help you get more leads, close more deals, and improve your profitability without spending an extra dime on marketing or advertising. This week, what do we need to cover is, listen, I think I've come across this a lot lately. And so I wanted to give you something that is really a game changer when it comes to the content you're creating, whether it's you're sharing on your website, putting on social media. One of the things that I think we have as an advantage of in the space in home services, being contractors, is that we get to do before and afters, and they make a difference. People pay attention. They like seeing it. We have this great appetite within our industry for people to see the transformation, to see the change. I mean, there's a reason why HGTV is a thing. There's a reason why all those fix and flip shows are a deal. People love seeing the change in living spaces. So if you're not creating content at the least show before and afters, start. But if you are, and you're still not quite seeing as much volume as you'd like, then here's the difference. We're going to drop into that today, and also give you some tools to help you give you more efficient and give you more volume of leads and inbound calls from the stuff that you're doing. If you're going to do it, you might as well maximize the results, right? So that's what we're going to get into. So the thing that most people miss, and what really is a game changer with the before and afters, it is this. It's the during. We don't show the during, and that's what we need you to do. So let's talk about why that matters. So first, before and afters are fine. But if we're trying to really build trust, we're trying to really showcase what sets us as apart to everybody else, it's showing the process that it happens in between. Because let's think about this. An after picture, in a lot of ways, could just be throwing lipstick on a pig, or just really covering up a lot of mistakes, a lot of corners that were cut, steps that were skipped, low cost, whatever other things are going to cause future problems down the road. And we know that you're not trying to be that contractor. At least if you're watching this, there's a good chance you're not trying to be the low cost corner cut, not licensed, not really trying to do this just as a part-time hobby. You're trying to actually find the homeowners that value your expertise. When you show them a bid, they're going to understand that, yeah, this person's worth it because I know and I can trust and value that they have all these years of experience. They know how to make sure it is going to last. It isn't going to just fall apart. It actually is going to improve the value of my home. So if that's you and you're doing that, and that's how you operate your business, that's what comes to light in the during, not just the before and the after. Because again, the after isn't going to show some of those other mistakes or some of those other things that are behind the wall or around the corner or underneath the stuff that you just can't see. Or the afters could simply be just zoomed way out. And so some of those other finer details that really, again, make you different aren't visible, or certainly not visible to those that aren't doing the things that you're doing. So make it clear by using the during as part of your campaigns, some of your content, your communication. So that's really the number one thing you can do. Now, if you want to be able to take that to yet another level, okay, so at least if you take nothing else from this, leverage the during and think about how you can capture and show and tell the story behind what makes you different. Now, if you want to go to yet again another level from there, again, there's not showing anything, there's showing before and afters, and then there's showing the during. And then if you want to go another level beyond that, then you can do what our clients do and use this 4-step framework that I'm going to show you right here. So here's the tool, and let's get this showing. So we want to be able to help create content that not only generates leads, but also helps you convert them and helps you get people that when they do reach out to you, when they do respond, then they're pre-sold, they're persuaded, if you will, to do business with you. And so we've got a couple of things to help make this super simple, because I know that, again, good chance if you're watching this, you didn't get into the industry thinking, I just can't wait to go create content, right? That maybe wasn't probably your main deal. So let's make it simple. Let's make it easy. So here's the framework to help speed up the time and consistency for what you're going to put together. The first part, okay, let's get the hook. We need to be able to do something that catches attention. And not only that, but we know that people are generally motivated by one of two things. They're trying to either achieve a dream outcome for their remodel, their addition, their comfort of living in the air in their house, whatever that is, or they're trying to avoid disaster. They're worried about something falling apart. They've already seen some leaks. They've already seen things start to degrade. Things are already not quite working the way they used to. And they know that if they just avoid it, if they don't do anything, then it's only going to get worse. The repairs, the damage is only going to get worse. So we want to think of which of those two you're trying to lean into, because either one can work. and you want to rotate between them. But let's get one of those started before you do anything else. So get that clear first. And then again, get the hook dialed in. What's going to get their attention and keep them engaged for the rest of your piece? Talk a little bit about why it matters. We've got usually, and this is a framework I borrowed from one of my mentors called Taki, but it's something that I think we can modify for your situation and use in home services by thinking about it as, okay, what's the story? What's the list, or what are the steps? So what is this something that costs you? How to protect your investment? Again, which are these? Let's get people clear as to why they should pay attention and finish through the rest of the content. What's the payoff? Now here's going to show again our during. Here's what we do instead. Here's again why taking these steps or doing this thing or hiring us to do it is going to be helpful. And then make sure you have your call to action. Okay. Everybody usually uses the call to action, which is like buy today, book a call, whatever. But if that's the only call to action you ever use, people get tired of it and it's not going to be as effective. So I like to think of the big three. There's the buy now, there's the engage, and then there's learn more. So some examples: buy is the simple call for a quote, fill out the form on our site, whatever that is. So have that be part of it, but then rotate and mix in some things that are more engaging. So it's more just, hey, share with a friend, or tell, has this ever happened to you? Or have you ever seen this? Or show us your current basement disaster, whatever that is their current state. Just invite people to engage. Or share with somebody who might benefit from this, or to learn more. So if the content you're putting together is more telling a story or showing some examples or giving some DIY tips or ways to some home maintenance things or preventative steps they can take, if they want to go deeper, then they can go to what? And that could be, again, going to your site, watching another video, whatever the case may be. So buy, engage, or learn more. Which of those three is your call to action? Again, rotate those through to keep people plugged in. And then use this framework to then check off, okay, where are we sharing this? And making sure that you've got that clear. You don't have to do all of them, but start tracking where you're going to put it. And so you're able to look and evaluate over time, okay, what's working, what's not working. And this is where you've got a section to be able to capture some of those notes. We're not doing this just for our health. We want to do this to actually get results. So let's have a system for reviewing the results and getting the impact that we want. Now, to go another level on page 2, this is only 2 pages, pretty simple, right? You should be able to take this with you wherever you go as you're going out to the next time you're going to a job site. Grab this, okay? Just as a quick way to jot it down if you're more pen and paper style person, or you can get a copy of this and just fill it out. If you like, again, you want a copy of this, just drop conversion in the comments and we'll send you over the outline. Okay. Or again, if you're trying to think of, well, where do I even start? Then this is another quick, simple page 2 to help you think of, well, what are the kinds of projects I'd love to have fill in my schedule? Let's begin with that end in mind. What are those ideal projects? Good chance if you're watching this, there's lots of different types of projects you can do or services you can provide. Let's get clear on which ones you really want to build out for and have content that supports each one. So let me know what's been most helpful. I'd love to be able to hear some feedback as to how you can take this simple idea, even if it's only the showcase the during, and tell me how you are going to showcase how you're different by highlighting some aspect of your process, your during, not just the before and after. And then again, if you want a copy of the framework and so you can just use it, get stuff done faster, so you're creating more content in less time and more effectively than you ever have before, just drop conversion down below and we will see you next week.